Sup you beautiful people. Hope you've had a fantastic day. Welcome back to another new episode of What If Naruto Had the Omnitrix. If you guys enjoyed this what if, comment down below and let me know. And go ahead and check out other what ifs in the channel after watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, and also share this video with your friends. So now let's start this video. Naruto, Sakura, Sasuke, B, Carrie, Amoy, and Samui followed Yujito, who was on the trail of the intruder from last night. Talk to us, Yujito, what have you got? Naruto asked. The scent's getting stronger, she answered. It's coming from the building vault. Oh no. Carrie gasped. Not cool. Samui added. Building vault. Sakura asked Amoy, who answered. It's where we keep our village's most sacred artifacts from weapons to scrolls. Just a place for a thief to go. Sasuke said. Let's go, yo. B called as they picked up the pace. Meanwhile inside the building, Tachiko had bypassed the guards with his invisibility field. Once he knew he was alone inside, he deactivated the field and used his visor to scan around, before he looked in the direction of a vault door and saw something behind it. Jackpot, he said before whipping out a high-tech shuriken and threw it at the vault door. Upon contact it exploded, giving him an opening to get into the vault. He saw was a big pot with the kanji for lightning on it. Oh, yeah. Just what the doctor asked for. The amber purifying pot, he said, as he was about to go into the vault, only to be swatted aside by a giant tentacle. He rolled across the floor before seeing the Kumo shinobi, Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke. B had one of his octopus tentacles out. A thief always comes back for more, huh? Yujito asked. Ah, not you again. Tachiko groaned. Carrie and Amoy drew their swords, as the red-haired girl spoke. All right pal, we'll make it simple for you. Step away from the pot, or we do things the hard way. How about we do it my way instead? Tachiko answered, as he spawned and released laser blasts from his belt. Look out. Sakura called, as they jumped aside to avoid the blasts. Come on. Yujito called, as the Kumo shinobi went on the attack. Tachiko ran around, still firing laser blasts from his belt, while Amoy and Carrie deflected the lasers with their swords. B had whipped out all of his swords and was deflecting more blasts. Sadly, they were being reflected all around, nearly blasting at everyone in the building. Take it easy. Sakura called to him. Show off. Yujito rolled her eyes, as she got ready to attack Tachiko. Once she got up close, the two engaged in hand-to-hand combat like before. Sakura and Sasuke got in by holding up circular discs above them, and from the disc came a ring that surrounded each of them, and morphed them into their plumber's suits. Let's go. Sasuke ordered Sakura. Right. Naruto, are you ready? She asked. That's about. He finished turning the dial of the Omnitrix. It's hero time. He slammed down on it and transformed. Spitter monkey. He made monkey grunts. The alien monkey spider jumped into action against Tachiko using his monkey reflexes. Tachiko spoke, I ain't got time for monkeying around. He spun kick Spitter monkey, who flew back but landed on all his feet. Then how about a web up? He asked, before launching spider thread from his tail that got stuck on Tachiko's suit. Hey. He called, as Spitter monkey ran around him, until Tachiko was wrapped up in a web cocoon. You got him. Sakura called. Not yet. Tachiko answered, as the cocoon started glowing red until it melted, revealing the glowing lines on his suit were glowing red before they are turned to blue. What did he do? Amoy gasped. Just increase the heat of my suit. Ain't gonna be webbed up today. He extended his right hand as a compartment opened up in the palm of the glove, and shot out smoke bombs. When the whole area filled up with smoke, Tachiko used this as a chance to escape with the pot. Catch you later. He laughed before activating his invisibility field. He's getting away. Samui called. Come on. Sasuke ordered, as they went after him. As they ran through the village, Spitter monkey ended up transforming back into Naruto. Yujito, do you still have his scent? Yes, but he's almost out of range. We'll need to be faster then. Sakura said, as she, Sasuke, and Naruto pulled out remotes and clicked on them. Riding by them were their bikes, which they hopped on. Naruto looked to Yujito and Samui, climb on. The two got on back. Carrie was brought on board Sakura's, while B and Amoy hitched a ride on Sasuke's bike. Now this is sweet. Carrie laughed as she felt the wind in her face. We'll catch up to him now. Sakura promised. Meanwhile, Tachiko had let down his invisibility field, seeing he was practically in the clear by escaping the village. He looked at the pot he was holding and smirked. Oh, yeah, Doc Keltron's gonna be glad to see you. Suddenly he was getting blasted from behind. He looked back, seeing the three Konoha shinobi on their bikes shooting lasers at him. Damn it. He reactivated his invisibility field, but didn't do him much good since the pot was still visible. Yujito spoke up, I'll stop him. She concentrated her chakra and spat up a dense hairball that took the form of a mouse that flew at the invisible thief. Upon contact, the hairball mouse exploded, causing the pot to drop and roll across the ground, along with Tachiko, who became visible again. Tachiko tried to reactivate it but saw it fritzing. No. She jacked it up. The bikes pulled to a halt, as Sakura and Sasuke pulled out their proto-tools. Give yourself up, huh? What was your name? Sakura inquired. The name is Tachiko, and I'm not going down without a fight. He started firing laser blasts from his gloves and belt. They jumped aside as Sasuke dropped his blaster and started hand signs. Fireball jutsu. He spat fire for Tachiko, who jumped aside. The thief spoke, "You know I could do that if I could." Naruto, hearing that, was concerned if he could, but was brought out of his thoughts as Samui, Kari, and Amoy went to Tachiko with their swords. Tachiko used his suit to create an energy sword in his hand and used it to defend himself. Naruto saw the Omnitrix was active again and started turning. "Alright, let's make this count." He activated it again and became the new alien from before. Jazzclips. The group looked and saw the alien from before, and Kari looked annoyed. "Really, you going with that thing?" "Hey, this wasn't intended," Jazzclips replied. Tachiko looked at him and spoke, "You're fighting with some furry hornhead. This'll be easy." He started firing lasers at Jazzclips, who took it to the air on his fairy-like wings. When Tachiko saw him go airborne, he whipped out some exploding shuriken like before and started throwing them at the alien. Though Jazzclips was avoiding them, the explosions they released were making him lose balance in the air. Jazzclips groaned, "This thing can't just play music and fly. It has to do more than that." He concentrated as his horn glowed again, but firing right out of it was a big 8th note musical symbol made of energy. It was launched right at Tachiko and exploded on contact. "Whoa." Amoy gasped. "No way." Sasuke looked up at Jazzclips and gasped. "Naruto did that?" Sakura asked. Kari smirked, "Guess that alien's not so useless." When Jazzclips realized what he did, he felt more confident. "Oh, yeah." He flew around and started firing more energy power musical notes from his horn at Tachiko. As Tachiko was running around avoiding the attacks like he was on a minefield, he spoke to himself, "This is crazy. I got to get out of here." He ran right into Killer Bee and Yujido, who stood above him. "You're not going anywhere," Yujido said. "We've taken you in, and you're gonna pay for your sin." Bee rapped. Tachiko was nervous, until suddenly they were almost struck by lightning. Everyone looked up and saw a strange figure wearing a cloak while standing above a hover platform. "Tachiko." "Doc." Tachiko gasped in relief. "I'm getting you out of here." He used a beam from the platform on Tachiko, teleporting him up on the platform. "Let's get out of here," Tachiko pleaded. "You're not getting away." Jazzclips flew in and fired another energy musical note at them. The doctor used his lightning power to counter the musical note and used another shock on Jazzclips, causing him to crash onto the ground and transform back. Naruto looked up and saw the two take off. "No. He got away." "Don't worry, man," B said, as he walked over carrying the amber purifying pot with only one arm. "We got back what he tried to steal. It was the best we can." Naruto, seeing that they at least got back what was stolen, was about all that mattered. He got up as the others came over. "Naruto, that alien can shoot energy musical notes?" Sakura asked. "Looks like it can." "That was pretty cool." Samui smiled. "It sure was." Naruto nodded. "But we still got to find about that guy, Tachiko." Sasuke reminded them. "And whoever it was with him in the cloak," Amoy added. "Based off the attack and its physical structure, I'd say it was a cerebrocrustacean," Yujido said. "But for who it was, I don't know. We'll have to consult this with Azmuth when we get back to Konoha," Naruto said. "First we got to get the amber purifying pot back to the vault," Yujido said. "What is so special about this pot anyway?" Sakura asked, while looking at it. "It's one of 5 very special weapons, once used by the sage of 6 paths thousands of years ago," Yujido explained. "Looks like whoever wanted it had plans." Sasuke noted. "Yeah, but we don't know what," Kari said. "A mystery for another day," Naruto replied, as they headed back to the village. "You don't have to go now, do you?" Amoy asked Squad 7. "Well, we will be due back to let Tsunade Bossen and Azmuth Sensei about what happened," Naruto explained. "But I got a new song I want to try, and to help me perform it requires you, Naruto. You're the guy." B rapped. "Me?" Naruto wondered. Please, don't make me get down on my knees," B pleaded. Naruto looked to Sakura and Sasuke, wondering what to say, but they felt this was his call. Naruto answered, "Alright, we'll stay and see this new performance of yours." "Yeah." B gave a thumbs up. Meanwhile, Dr. Kelatron and Tachiko returned to their lair, and the man spoke up. "I know I messed up, but don't worry, next time I won't fail you." "You better not. Because if you do, I will take the suit from you. Remember, if it weren't for my creation, you would just be a loser like they called you back in the grass village," Kelatron warned him. Tachiko felt hurt by that comment, until suddenly there was a pounding on the doorway of the lair. They both looked over until the door fell down, and entering was Valmark. "What the hell?" Tachiko gasped, as he was wondering if he should attack despite the intruder's overwhelming size. Kelatron raised a claw to hold him back and spoke to Valmark. "Lord Valmark, what a surprise. To what do I owe this unannounced drop-in?" "Dr. Kelatron, I require your assistance in conquering the planet." Valmark got straight to the point. "My assistance? Well, this is an honor. A chance to work for the successor to the legendary Vilgax to conquer. But what isn't it for me?" the doctor inquired. "In return for your services, I will give you a better lab to work in and all the essentials you need. As for money, well, let's just say it won't be an issue," Valmark explained. You drive a hard bargain, young lord. I accept." Killatron said. Excellent, Valmark replied, and eyes Tachiko, bring your assistant with. My new henchman could use a new punching bag. Punching bag? Tachiko asked in worry. Did I say punching bag? I meant sparring partner. Valmark answered, as she started walking away. Killatron looked to his partner. Let's go, Tachiko. We have new arrangements. He followed Valmark. Tachiko followed, still feeling unsure this way going to be good. Later on back in Kumo, Killer Bee was on a stage set up with many Kumo civilians, and ninjas gathered around. In the crowd up front was Omoi, Sasuke, and Sakura. Watching from the side was the Reikage and Nabui. Sakura spoke to Omoi, hey, where are Samui, Kari, and Yujido? The sensei said he needed them for his show too. He answered. Well, it's starting now. Sasuke said, as Bee walked on stage, and took a mic. Welcome Kumo. Killer Bee's in the zone. Today I got a great performance for you all, because helping me out in this one is a creature that inspired me to make this new number. So let's do it. He called, as the people of Kumo cheered. As music started playing, Samui, Kari, and Yujido ran on stage and started doing a dance while acting as backup singers. Bee started singing a song about jazz clubs, and when he finished the first chorus, jazz clubs touched down from above and onto the stage, dancing with Bee while playing music through the horn in his head. Kumo was partying from the music along with Sakura and Sasuke. This wasn't so bad for their first plumber ninja mission. One night in Konoha's administration building, Tsunade, Hiruzen, and Azmuth were at meeting with the council composed of Hamura, Kaharu, and Danzo. So what is this emergency meeting about? Tsunade asked in boredom, while Shizune stood behind her. This concerns the village and our position with the plumbers' ranks. Danzo began. Does it now? Hiruzen crossed his arms. Question, what makes our village's plumbers faction different from the others in the 5 great nations? The one-eyed man questioned them. I don't know, tell me. Tsunade answered, sarcastically. The Omnitrix. Danzo answered. Oh, right. Tsunade said, playing dumb. And what does Konoha having the Omnitrix make such a big difference? Azmuth questioned. Come now, Azmuth. You know as well as any of us the Omnitrix is one of the most powerful creations in the universe. Of course I know. I invented it. The Galvan snapped. Then you know with one of our shinobi controlling the Omnitrix we outrank the other nations in terms of power. Danzo continued. What are you getting at, Danzo? Tsunade questioned him suspiciously. I'm saying with the Omnitrix in our possession, we should take control of this 5-way alliance against Orochimaru and Valmark. Out of the question. Azmuth shouted, the Omnitrix is not meant to be used as a means to subjugate others. It's against what I stand for. Besides, the Omnitrix isn't under our control, it is Naruto's to control. Tsunade reminded him. But Naruto is a ninja of our village, therefore he is under our control. Danzo retorted, as Kaharu and Hamura nodded at his point. There's no we, there's only my control, Tsunade replied, and I would never force Naruto to use the Omnitrix for anything underhanded. Yes, Hiruzen nodded. We just restarted our Plumbers Alliance as means to combat the threat of Valmark, who has partnered up with Orochimaru. If we start doing anything that could shake the cooperation of our nations, then we're only doing our enemy's job for them. Hiruzen brings up a very strong point, Danzo. Hamura admitted. But I wonder if we were to defeat Valmark and Orochimaru, will the alliance be dissolved like before? Kaharu inquired. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Tsunade answered. And how do you figure? Danzo asked. Because Valmark and Orochimaru aren't the only threats in the ninja land. The Hokage answered. Azmuth nodded. The Akatsuki organization is also at large, and they are after the demons within the 9 known Jinchuriki, such as Naruto, Gar, Yujido, and Bee. So the organization is not just ours, but every nation's as well. So we must continue to keep this alliance stable in order to bring our enemies down. I think this meeting has come to an end. You may take your leave. Tsunade ordered, as the 3 elder ones left the room. Azmuth sat on Tsunade's shoulder crossing his arms. Why so many people are only interested in position and superiority? With age comes superiority complex, not that you have it, sensei. Tsunade said. Hiruzen nodded. Still, Danzo's a tricky one. I fear what he may try and do that could shake things between the nations. Azmuth feared. We'll be sure to keep an eye on him. Tsunade promised. See that you do. Azmuth said, as he teleported off. With Azmuth's leave, both Tsunade and Hiruzen took their respective leaves to rest for the night. Meanwhile, in the village hidden in the sound, inside an underground lair of Orochimaru's, Tachiko was squaring off against Nininin and the alien Sound 5. Nininin was launching missiles and laser blasts at Tachiko, who was using running and dodging them, while launching his own laser blasts from his belt and his palms. Tachiko was smiling to see how he was matching against Nininin, but when the Sound 5 started coming at him all together, he was running around crazy trying to fight back against them and their alien abilities. Kitamura was using his web jutsus to try and trap the high-tech fighter, only for Tachiko to create a plasma sword from his gloves and slice the webbing into little bits. Sorry, Spider Boy. I ain't going down without a fight. I'll bring you down. Teiwei was about to unleash a sonic scream, only for Tachiko to fire something at her, and a red sticky mouth gag got stuck on her mouth, keeping it shut. Kamimura looked at Teiwaya, who was trying to pull it off, while mumbling, "That's one way to shut her up," he said. Jirobo curled up into a ball and launched himself for Tachiko, who sprayed the floor with grease, causing Jirobo to slip and roll out of control before crashing into a wall, groaning. Seiken and Yukin separated before duplicating until there were 10. They charged at Tachiko from all sides, until he jumped above and spun, releasing a barrage of laser blasts hitting them. And what one felt the rest felt. Kamimura launched his spiked quills from his body at Tachiko, who pressed something on his belt, causing an electrical force to surround him. The quills, upon trying to pierce him, were electrocuted and burned up. Good move, but try this. Kamimura extended his bones from his shoulders and pulled them out to use as swords. The last Kagura ran at Tachiko and started fighting. Tachiko was using his evasive maneuvering to avoid the sharp bones, before activating his invisibility field and vanished. Kamimura froze, knowing he was still there. He waited calmly and suddenly performed a spin kick, causing Tachiko to reappear and roll across the floor. "How did you know?" Kamimura answered, "When you've reached my skull, you become very perceptive of your surroundings, both sound and smell." "Which was it for me?" "Smell." The bone ninja answered bluntly. "Hey, I do not smell." Tachiko snapped. Ninina touched down, as the rest of the shinobi got themselves together. "You're pretty good for a guy in a suit," Jirobo said. Teiwaya finally removed the gag, ignoring the pain on her lips. "I say he cheated. If it weren't for that fancy suit of yours given by the mechanical crab, you'd be nothing," she mocked Tachiko. Tachiko frowned. "Back off, girl. You don't want to go there." "And why not?" she challenged. "Because I've had enough people in my life putting me down because all I am capable of is taijutsu." Tachiko snapped. The Alien 5 and Inin were taken aback by his outburst. "You can only use taijutsu?" Kidomaru asked. "That's right. This suit, it doesn't allow me to move as fast or fight as hard. That's all me. The suit is just a gadget. If your taijutsu is that strong, then why would others put you down because of it?" Ninin inquired. Tachiko looked and saw the bounty hunter and the 5 were willing to listen. The thief sighed, because to them, my dream was nothing but an illusion. Tachiko flashed back to his younger years and narrated, "I was born and raised in the Hidden Grass village. At a young age I had always admired the shinobi of my village, and I wanted to be like them and make my village proud. I wanted to enroll into the ninja academy, but they found out I couldn't produce chakra like that of an average shinobi, making me incapable of using ninjutsu or genjutsu. Many say a shinobi who can't use ninjutsu or genjutsu has no place in shinobi ranks. No matter how much I pleaded or honed my taijutsu skills, they still rejected my request, and all the academy students who I wanted to be with mocked me, made me feel worthless. My parents pleaded with me to find another lease on life, but I didn't want one. I had excellent taijutsu skill, and to just ignore that would be an insult to myself. Eventually, I realized no one would ever understand me in my village. So I ran away. I wandered the ninja land as a traveling bounty hunter, using only my taijutsu to subdue my enemies. It wasn't always easy, but I managed. Still, no matter where I went or what bounty I collected, there was still something missing. A purpose. This couldn't have just been my purpose. No. There had to be more than what I meant for. Then one day opportunity came. I was approached by Dr. Kilotron, who was aware of my strength and skill, and offered to make me his personal thief. He had given me gadgets to use in my heists. They made stealing much easier. And not too long ago he gave me this suit that works well in conjunction with my taijutsu. He treated me better than anyone in my village ever could. He respected my talents and had given me use for them. I suppose you might say he's been like a father to me. After his story, some of the Sound 5 looked moved by his story. As Kamimura spoke, "You are just like us, Tachiko." "I am?" Kamimura nodded. "We were all cast-offs with nowhere to go, nothing to live for. Then Orochimaru came along and got us back on our feet. He gave us a purpose. He made us better shinobi than we ever would have been, only to then turn us into freaks." Teiwaya reminded him. Kamimura glared at her, and she shut up. Kidomaru spoke up. "I will admit Orochimaru doing this to us was unexpected and against our will. But look at us, we're stronger, faster, more powerful than ever." Ninin joked, "And yet you still were unable to defeat Naruto Uzumaki." "Oh, you had to bring that up," Jirobo called. "And aren't you a fine one to talk?" Seiken added. Suddenly the doors opened, and walking in was Valmark, Kabuto, Orochimaru, and Kilotron, everyone. Valmark called, as the 5, Ninin, and Tachiko went over and stood before their masters. "We trust your training in here has been going well?" Orochimaru inquired. "Yes, my lord," Kamimura answered. "Good. Because you'll need to be at your best for what we plan to do," Valmark said. "And that would be?" Teiwaya inquired. "We're going to the past and help my great-grandfather destroy Ben Tennyson," Valmark declared. "And how are we going to do that?" Kidomaru asked. Ninin and I had been gathering various technologies from across the galaxy, and among them include the technology of Chronosapiens. Valmark explained. "Chrono what?" Jirobo asked. "Chronosapiens," Kilotron explained. "Aliens with the ability to travel through time past, present, and future. But Dr. Kelatron and his genius, we combined the Chronosapien technology with all the other technologies we've gathered and have constructed our own time device. Valmark explained. Time travel, is it really possible? Tachiko gasped. It is, Orochimaru confirmed, by going to the past and helping Valmark's ancestor destroy Ben Tennyson and all his allies. And if it goes well, I will travel to the past and make sure my mission to obtain the Sharingan does not fail. By altering the past we turn the present and future into our own image. So if we pull this off and change time, then we probably won't end up needing to look like this. Teiwaya asked. It's a possibility. Orochimaru answered. Then I'm all for this plan. The girl said. Might as well join. Jirobo added, and soon the rest of the five, Tachiko and Ninin agreed. Valmark smirked. Good. Doctor, bring in the device. Kelatron brought in a remote device and handed it to the warlord. Here you go. So how does it work? Tachiko asked. Just set your time coordinates and hit the button. Kelatron explained. Valmark started the coordinates. Bellwood. Okay, this is it. He pressed the button which projected a portal. Let's go. So the group entered the portal that closed. Suddenly the portal opened up and out stepped the baddies who were on top of a roof. Tachiko looked down from the roof and saw the city they were in. Where are we? We're in the present day of Bellwood. Valmark explained. This is a strange place. Kabuto said, as he saw the vehicles down below. Valmark looked around and gasped. There. They looked at where Valmark was focused on. They saw a place called Mr. Smoothie, and sitting outside was none other than the heroes they were told about. Ben Tennyson, Gwen Tennyson, Kevin Levin, and Rook Blanco. That's him? Kabuto inquired. Yes. Ben Tennyson. Valmark answered. He's the original use of the alien watch. Teiwaya asked in skepticism. He doesn't look so special. Careful, Teiwaya Kitamari began. Underestimate someone, and it'll be your downfall. Save your words, Minky Face. Teiwaya replied. That's enough. Orochimaru snapped, and they shut up. What should we do, sir? Ninin asked. Valmark answered. You and Tachiko will go down and put on a show for us. I trust that won't be a problem. No problem at all. Tachiko answered, as he powered up his suit. Attack. Orochimaru ordered. Ninin and Tachiko jumped from the roof and flew down launching laser blasts at Mr. Smoothie. The heroes realizing they were under attack took cover. Who's firing on us? Ben asked. I'll give you 2 guesses, and there they are. Kevin said, as he pointed to Tachiko and Ninin descending. The group got up from under the table, and Ben spoke. Who are you guys? I am Ninin, greatest hunter in the galaxy. Ninin? Gwen asked. I did not know there was a Ninin. Rook said in confusion. Tachiko spoke, and I'm Tachiko. And if you're smart you'll give yourselves up right now. Yeah, I don't do that, Ben replied. By the way, nice outfit. 1987 called, it wants its jumpsuit back. He joked. Tachiko looked shocked and insulted. What? You're making fun of my suit, I'm gonna crack your head like an egg. He started firing laser shots at Ben. Ben jumped away and activated the Omnitrix. It's hero time. He suddenly transformed into Shock Switch. He began firing electric blasts at Tachiko who ran around, firing lasers, and throwing exploding gadgets at the alien Yeti. While my associate deals with your friend, I'll deal with you 3. Ninin said to the others. Book pulled out his proto-tool, Kevin touched the street and assimilated its properties, and Gwen readied her mana. All 3 went into battle against Ninin who blasted them all around. He's definitely more powerful than 6-6, 7-7, and 8-8. Rook admitted. Shock Switch and Tachiko continued to square off, until the thief unleashed the explosive that blew Shock Switch back, causing him to turn back into Ben. Ouch. He groaned, before he saw Tachiko stand above him. Nothing personal, boy. I'm just doing my job. He aimed his palm at Ben, as it was powering up energy. Suddenly, Tachiko was almost nailed by kunai and shuriken. He jumped back and dropping in onto the scene was Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, Hinata, Akane, and Tenten. Tachiko and Ninin gasped in confusion upon their arrival, while the heroes were confused. Who are they? Gwen asked. Whoever they are, I hope they're on our side. Kevin answered. Naruto pulled Ben up to his feet. Thanks, man. But who are you? Naruto answered. I'm Naruto Uzumaki. He held up his wrist that had the Omnitrix, and me and my friends are here to help. Ben was lost for words seeing the Omnitrix on this newcomer. Moments ago, present time in Konoha. In a clearing in Konoha's training ground, Naruto and Sasuke were sparring in taijutsu. Hinata was attacking Akane with her mana, as the alien fox girl was using her quick reflexes and evasive maneuvering to dodge, and Sakura and Tenten were sparring as well. This extra training exercise after the standard plumber's training is just what we all could use. Tenten said. I'll say. Sakura agreed, as she blocked a punch from Tenten. Hinata was blasting at Akane with mana shots, while the alien girl was dodging and whipped out her blaster. Taste this. She started shooting at Hinata. The Hyuga used a mana shield to block the shots, and answered her. Sorry. I'm not hungry. Akane giggled. Good comeback, Hinata. As Naruto and Sasuke spared, Naruto jumped back and summoned 3 shadow clones to aid him in fighting Sasuke. Naruto and his clones fought Sasuke, as he used his Sharingan and taijutsu to knock the clones out, and they went poof. Naruto squinted his eyes, using Sharingan, Sasuke. Well, two can play at that game. He activated the Omnitrix and transformed. The alien he took the form of was a red mollusk-like alien with an armored exoskeleton, water hazard. Sasuke was taken by surprise, having never seen that alien before. Water hazard surprised Sasuke by firing pressurized water blasts from the portholes in his palms. Sasuke was blasted backwards by the blasts, leaving him soaked to the bone. The girls ceased their sparring and saw what Naruto did. After he transformed back he chuckled, "Boo, I got you good, Sasuke." Sasuke sat up, "I never saw that alien before." "I know. Azmuth hooked me up with a few more aliens 2 days ago. That was water hazard, an alien capable of shooting pressurized water blasts." "Yeah. I got that," Sasuke said dryly, as he felt like a drowned rat. "Here, I can help dry you off." Naruto reactivated the Omnitrix and became a turtle-like alien, Terraspin. Sasuke got up and looked shocked again, as Sakura asked, "What alien is that?" "Terraspin, and here's what he can do." He sunk his head into his shell, opened a hatch to see, his fins became triangular, and his legs combined into a similar shape. His shell hovered up and his limbs rotated at a fast speed, creating a strong wind. Sasuke felt like he was about to fly backwards, but stood his ground. Terraspin stopped the blowing and became Naruto again. Him and the girls looked at Sasuke, seeing his hair was blown back. Naruto held in a giggle before bursting out into a fit of laughter at how he looked. Akane, after getting a good look at Sasuke, started laughing with Naruto. Sasuke scowled at them. Before, "Are you two done?" They ceased their laughter. "Yeah, we're done," Naruto answered, breathing hard from how hard he laughed. "I think this concludes our after-hours workout," Tenten suggested. "I agree," Hinata nodded. Sakura spoke up to Naruto. "Those two new aliens sure are impressive, Naruto. You think they were impressive? You should see some of the others I've unlocked." "Like what?" Hinata asked. "Well, I'll show you." Naruto was about to activate the Omnitrix again, only for a portal to appear out of nowhere. "I'm afraid there's no time for that," came a voice from the portal. Out stepped an adult man with black and gray hair, wearing a white and gold Old English outfit, wore green lens goggles around his neck, had a large metal glove on his right hand, and in his left hand was a cane. "Good afternoon, shinobi of Konoha," he greeted them. "Whoa, who are you?" Tenten gasped. He just appeared out of nowhere. Sakura was surprised. Naruto approached. You really him? You're Professor Paradox." The professor smiled. "You are correct, my young blonde ninja." Akane gasped. "Professor Paradox? Guys, remember in Plumber's history? Professor Paradox was the Time Walker who aided Ben Tennyson in stopping the hybrid invasion, defeating Eon, and the Chronosapien Multurans." "Right on the dot, my dear," Paradox confirmed. When Sasuke, Sakura, and Tenten remembered his name, they bowed their heads. "Forgive us for not recognizing you at first, sir," Sakura said. "No trouble at all, Sakura. You know my name. I know all of you. Sasuke Uchiha, Tenten, Hinata Hyuga, Akane, and even you Naruto Uzumaki, newest wielder of the Omnitrix." Naruto nodded, seeing it was all true. "What brings you to our time period?" Paradox sighed. "I'm afraid I have upsetting news concerning the past." "What do you mean?" Sasuke asked. "Your enemies Valmark, Orochimaru, and their forces have traveled back to the past, and are hoping to rewrite the future by destroying Ben Tennyson." "What?" the group asked in shock. "That's insane," Naruto said. "Can't you do anything about it?" Hinata asked Paradox. "I cannot interfere directly, but I can however bring help to stop them," the Time Walker explained. "Help?" Sasuke pondered before realizing. "You mean us?" "Precisely," Paradox confirmed. "Well, you don't even have to ask, we'll help," Naruto volunteered. "I knew you would," Paradox said smugly. Naruto looked at Sakura, Sasuke, Hinata, Tenten, and Akane, up for a little time traveling. "I am. I've always wanted to see the past," Akane answered. "Could be fun," Sakura admitted. "And an experience," Sasuke added. "I'm in," Hinata voiced up. "Me too," Tenten concluded. "Okay, Paradox, take us to our destination." "As you wish." Paradox opened a portal, taking the shinobi plumbers with him. Bellwood the past. Paradox appeared on a rooftop with the shinobi. "Welcome my friends, to Bellwood present day." "Well, present to those of this time period. We get the picture," Sasuke answered, not wanting him to start joking. Hinata looked down from the roof, and gasped, "Guys, look at this." They looked down and saw a fight was already taking place. "Ninanin," Sasuke noticed. "And that's Tachiko," Naruto added. "And look who they're fighting." Akane pointed out as Shockswitch, Gwen, Kevin, and Rook. "Are they really?" Tenten asked, as Paradox answered. "Ben Tennyson, Gwen Tennyson, Kevin Levin, and Rook Blanco. Team Tennyson," Naruto said in nostalgia. "I'll leave you to deal with things here. I'll be back when I know you've succeeded." Paradox vanished into a portal. "He's gone," Sakura said. "He was our ticket back to our time," Tenten added. "We'll worry about getting back later, right now they need our help." Sasuke spoke up. "Yeah? Come on," Naruto called, as they jumped from the roof. Sasuke and Sakura whipped out some kunai and shuriken and threw them at Tachiko. Tachiko jumped back to avoid the hits as the group landed before them. Naruto pulled Ben up to his feet. Thanks, man. But who are you? Ben asked. I'm Naruto Uzumaki. He held up his wrist that had the Omnitrix, and me and my friends are here to help. You have an Omnitrix? Ben asked in confusion. You wanna talk or you wanna fight? Naruto asked, as he activated his Omnitrix. Okay, but I expect some answers after this. Deal. Both Narutos activated their watches and transformed. Feedback. Ben called. Armadillo. Naruto called, as he became a bulky yellow armored armadillo alien with drill-like hands. Let's go. Feedback called, as he powered up using a nearby car and started attacking Tachiko with Armadillo. The others went to help Kevin, Gwen, and Rook against Ninanin. Let me just say it's an honor to fight alongside the famous Kevin, Gwen, and Rook. Akane told the three who were confused. Do we know you? Kevin asked. No, but I hope we get to know each other soon. Akane answered, as the group fought. Up on top of the other roof, Orochimaru, Valmark, Kilatron, and the sound amalgams observed, and Orochimaru was looking irritated. What are they doing here? This shouldn't be possible. Valmark growled. Kilatron spoke. I assure you this is not of my doing. What do we do now? Jirobo asked his master. Orochimaru answered. Get down there, and get Ninanin and Tachiko out of there. We need to regroup and rethink our strategy. Yes sir. Kamimuro answered, and the five jumped down to join their comrades. Back down below, Feedback was firing electrical blasts at Tachiko, who was dodging before launching explosives at Feedback, distorting him. Geez, you think this guy has enough gadgets? Feedback asked. Unfortunately. Armadillo answered, as he tried drill punching Tachiko, who jumped aside and shot lasers from his belt. As Ninanin was blasting at the others, Akane was jumping around before blasting the hunter with her blaster. She landed by Rook, who spoke. You're very good in combat. Thank you. Gwen and Hinata were firing blasts of mana at the hunter, as Gwen asked, so you're also an Anodite? Yes. Surprised me when I found out. She admitted. Ninanin and Tachiko stood together, as Ninanin spoke to his partner. We've hit a snag in our plan. You think? Tachiko asked in sarcasm. Taking them by surprise, the amalgams dropped in. Oh, know them too? Sasuke asked. What are those? Ben asked, as Kevin answered with squinted eyes. Amalgams. What's going on? Ninanin asked the five. We're pulling out for now. Kitamura answered. Seriously? Tachiko asked in disbelief. You want to continue to fight all of them? Teiwaya asked. Tachiko looked at the group of heroes before answering. Okay, let's go. He unleashed smoke bombs, blinding the heroes, allowing the baddies to escape. When the smoke cleared, the heroes saw their enemies escaped. They're gone. Hinata gasped. Don't worry, Hinata. They'll be back. Armadillo answered, as he became Naruto again. When Feedback became Ben again, Gwen, Kevin, and Rook stood at his side, while Naruto friends stood by him. Okay, so who are you guys? Ben asked. My name's Naruto Uzumaki, my friends and I are from the future. The future? Gwen asked. Naruto nodded, and motioned his friends to introduce themselves. Sakura went first. I'm Sakura Haruno. My name's Hinata Hyuga. I'm Sasuke Uchiha. Ben raised a brow. Your voice sounds familiar. Sasuke was curious. Funny, yours does too. Tenten spoke up. I'm Tenten. Tenten? Kevin asked, recalling the hunters. No. I'm not related to that hunter creep. She assured him. Akane finished, and my name's Akane. It's nice to meet you all. She smiled. What's with the ears and tail? Ben asked. Oak spoke up. I believe she is a Henyayan from the planet Yokai. Yokai? Ben asked. Yes. And much like how the planets in the inner system are home to alien species that resemble your Earth classic monsters from movies, the inhabitants of Yokai resemble Earth myth and folklore creatures. When realized, and Akane's breed is like a Japanese fox spirit known as a kitsune. That's right. Akane nodded. Okay, you obviously know about us, but why are you here? Gwen asked. We can assume it had to do with those guys. Rook inquired. You're right. Sakura confirmed. Hold on, Ben spoke up. Why don't we talk things out over Mr. Smoothie? Naruto looked up at the place, recalling from Azmuth how it was Ben's fave place to hang out, and fave beverage. I'm down with that. How about it, guys? Might as well. Sakura answered, as the others agreed. Great. Ben said enjoy, while Gwen, Kevin, and Rook rolled their eyes. Meanwhile, Valmark, Orochimaru, Kilatron, Kabuto, Ninanin, Tachiko, and the sound amalgams after escaping, fled to the sewers where they wandered around. How did they follow us here? Tachiko asked. Was this a miscalculation, Dr. Kilatron? Ninanin inquired. I had nothing to do with this. The doctor assured them. They must have found their own means of traveling through time as well. Valmark theorized. But how did they know to come to this part of time where we ended up in? Kabuto wondered. I do not know, but we must hurry and find who we're looking for. Orochimaru answered, as they treat their way through the sewer. How can we find anything down here in the sewer? Teiwaya asked with a grumble. The one we're searching for isn't in the sewer itself, Valmark answered, but where this sewer leads to. And that would be? Seiken asked. Undertown. Valmark answered, as the group continued on. Back at Mr. Smoothie, Ben, his group along with Naruto and his group, were sitting down enjoying his smoothie, while Akane was also petting at the alien dog. Ben spoke after sipping some of his smoothie. So you guys are from the future where ninjas are the dominant people on Earth. You had Naruto confirmed after took a sip of his smoothie. Oh man, these are good. And you're also plumbers as well? Kevin asked. Yes, Azmuth from our time helped reopen up the plumbers' bases in the 5 great nations, Sakura answered. We're all now working together to protect the planet. But your enemies Orochimaru, Kabuto, and those amalgams came here with Vilgax's great-grandson, Gwen began, but was cut off by Ben. That thought disturbs me. Gwen continued, along with his own minions came to this time in hopes of destroying Ben to help them rewrite your present time. Hinata nodded, yes. That's right. Book spoke, but Paradox brought you all here to help us and bring your enemies back to your own time. That about sums it all up. Tenten finished. Okay, this is totally strange, Ben said, ninjas and aliens. Now there's a combination. Well, it's all true. Sasuke assured him. And now you possess the Omnitrix, Naruto. Rook asked. You bet. This watch has totally changed my life. Naruto said, as he looked at his Omnitrix. That's for sure. Sakura replied. Since we now are getting to know each other, would you please help us in catching Valmark, Orochimaru, and the others? Hinata pleaded. Sure, why not? Kevin answered. Really? Just like that? Tenten asked in disbelief. You got an Omnitrix, I got an Omnitrix, I think we can trust each other. Ben answered. Unless you count those evil alternate versions of yourself, Ben. Rook reminded him. Details. Ben brushed it off. I wouldn't mind helping out. I'd like to know more about this ninja land you're from. Gwen said. Thank you. Naruto smiled. But I must insist we see Magister Tennyson about this situation. Rook suggested. I agree with Rook, Ben. Gwen answered. Alright. Let's go to Plumber's headquarters. Ben said, as they got up. Ooh, the old Bellwood Plumber's HQ. Akane let out a fangirl squeal. Kevin groaned, worse than girls shrieking. Meanwhile in the place known as Undertown, the bad guys were walking around the flea market area, keeping it casual. As they walked the sound amalgams looked around seeing all the different alien species with shops set up. What sort of place is this? Kidomaru asked. Valmark answered, Undertown is an underground alien settlement where many kinds of alien species live and thrive below this city. But ever since the aliens started becoming more welcomed above the grounds, this place had mostly become a tourist attraction in market. Are you sure you even know where you're going? Tachiko asked. Of course I do. Now come on. Valmark said, as they pressed on into a deeper part of Undertown. They happened to cross a construction area, but they stopped and hid behind some pipes, as Valmark whispered, over there. They looked over and saw some robotic drones loading some stuff into a ship, and supervising the operation was Vilgax himself. So that's really him? Orochimaru inquired. Lord Vilgax? Kabuto asked. Yes. My great-grandfather. Valmark confirmed. Well then let's go. Orochimaru suggested. Valmark nodded, as the two approached casually, while Kilatron, Kabuto, and the others remained behind for the time being. The two got close enough to the Vilgaxian warlord, as Orochimaru spoke up, Lord Vilgax, I presume. Vilgax hearing his name called, spun around and saw the two. Who are you? I am Lord Orochimaru, and here with me is Lord Valmark. Valmark added, better known as your great-grandson. Vilgax's eyes widened in surprise and confusion at what this younger Vilgaxian had just told him. Thanks for listening. I do hope you enjoyed. If you want a next part of this video, like, subscribe, and comment down below, and turn on that bell notification. And also check out the other videos that I have created, and enjoy. See you in the next video. Peace.